Hello? 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 Can anyone hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can anyone hear me? Sounds like a bit of a rhyme. Ah, excellent. I don't know, I just turned... Okay, thanks for your patience, guys. Turned Streamlabs off and on again, and did nothing. When I reset audio input capture, let me just make sure, it's probably too loud here. It just wasn't picking anything up, and then I've just reset it on and off again, and I've turned or changed none of the settings, but we should be all okay now. Excellent. Welcome. Let me start from scratch. Welcome to another Flight Data Sim live stream. Today, 1st November 2025, is now 2:41 in the afternoon, back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. in the now released Beechcraft Baron B58 turbo version. We'll be flying today from Genova to Cagliari, around 1 hour 40 minutes. Right now is a very busy VATSIM event going on between Naples and Cagliari. I had a look on the VATSIM map, loads of commercial traffic, but I thought we'd fly in from the north and separate ourselves from all that traffic so we're not mixing with jets here. So yeah, it's going to be really, really good fun. This aircraft, as I just mentioned, now released, and I found this livery on the FlightSim.to site, November 848 Delta. It's absolutely beautiful, and I was reading about this aircraft. It was owned by Romain Grosjean, the ex-Formula 1 driver, which is a pretty cool stat. But yeah, this is a little bit different than the one we flew a few days ago. This is still turbocharged, but it's also pressurised. So we're going to be cruising at flight level 220 today. So very, very nice indeed. What I was also saying at the start of the stream, drone away from my aircraft, this is some freeware scenery I found from the FlightSim.to site of Genova. Looks really, really nice. So we're not actually flown to this destination before, but I guess this is the home of Piaggio Aerospace. So it's very, very nice here. But we're over here on the GA apron. There's no VATSIM departing here or anyone on ATC for Geneva. There might be now since I've started the stream twice. No, there isn't, but as we fly southbound, we should have some nice traffic at ATC to deal with here. So there we are in northern Italy, southbound, flying directly towards Cagliari, past Corsica. Around 1 hour 40 minutes that should take us. Maybe a little less if I go for a slightly higher power setting. But yeah, if I turn on the VATSIM map here briefly, you'll see all this traffic flying between the two airports. If we zoom in on Cagliari, as my FPS gets eaten up, look, you can see all the traffic there. It's a sensational approach, beautiful scenery. Not that we're going into Naples today, but that's where the event's taking place between these two airports, and we're just going to be mixing with them all here. I've just turned off that traffic just to get some performance back into my PC. Anyway, I hope you can all hear me fine. Let's now see how we had chat. We've got Lisbon, hope you're doing well. That's due south of 5C1, absolutely hope you're doing well. Let's hope it doesn't catch fire then. Sorry, poor taste. No, you've got to really look after the engines on this Black Square add-on. It's very realistic, so if you, abuse them or don't lean the mixture properly or overprime them, you'll flood the engine. You've got to be very, very respectful, as you would do to any piston engine aircraft as well. Thanks for your patience there. Lots of audio issues. No idea. You know how these things are. Turn it off and on and usually it works again. Perfect. Italy, so go faster stripe on the aircraft. Absolutely. Hope you're doing well, Steve M4005. Everyone's with their different usernames since this YouTube update now. I'm not a fan of it there. Anyway, let's jump on into the aircraft, which is completely cold and dark. The only difference I've done to save a bit of time, I've loaded in the flight plan into Microsoft Flight Simulator, which will copy it into the GPS because it is quite a long route today for the Baron. As I said, about an hour and 30 minutes, but lots of waypoints. So it's just to save a bit of time. I loaded it in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 before the start of the stream. Classic beach outfit, absolutely listed. It's looking very, very smart indeed. Anyway, let's get some power onto the aircraft here. Well, actually, before we do that, we'll remove the flight control locks. We'll just open the tablet here, go to options. We're best to close everything. So if I go here to nose baggage, pilot door, cabin door, we'll get it all closed up. It's just Jim and I today, so if I go here, payload, we both weigh 77 kilos. I've got my suitcase in the front, Jim's got his handbag in the back. We've got a full tank of fuel. 2 hour flight, we probably use around half the endurance of the Baron today, but we're just brimmed up the tanks today. Engines in full condition. I've not reset them since last stream, so I looked after them. 100% here. And the battery's fully charged as well. But the only difference is, as I mentioned from last stream, we now have a pressurization system on this aircraft. So you basically could climb right up to flight level 250 in this aircraft and have the aircraft pressurized as well. And what's really cool, I was playing around with it yesterday. If you open this, it will depressurize the plane. So you've got to make sure everything's sealed and closed for our sector today. Handbag, yes, you heard it, Steve M. Handbag for Jim. Actually, it looks a little chilly there, being so grey. Yes, and I think we've got to make sure we get the heating on when we get up to a higher cruise level. Anyway, let's use the included checklist for this aircraft, which I've also printed off in front of me. I use that more for on flight, but I like when we're setting up the aircraft to use the one that's included in the tablet. So let's just turn this music down here. So pre-flight inspection is complete. Control locks you've seen me remove. I've strapped myself in. Cabin doors are latched. Parking brake verify set, which is down here. Yeah, that's apparently set. Emergency gear handle is stowed. That's just... actually, where is that? Is that somewhere else on this version? Oh no, it's back here. We're going to have to lean back to get that, but it is stowed. Avionics breakers are all in, flaps are up, avionics off, throttles are in the fully closed position. Propeller high RPM, using my Airbus side stick today. Mixtures are fully rich. I'll richen it now, make sure the cowl flaps are fully open when we're on the ground. They are fully open. Aileron trim centered, rudder trim is centered, landing gear levers down, all sub panel switches are off, main breakers are all in, alternate static air is normal, CO detector test, which is over here. There we are, we've got the lights on as required, fuel selectors are on the two wing tanks, we've got 98 gallons aside. Cabin pressurization shut off, so this is where it's different from the other aircraft, so we want to make sure they're pushed in. The door seals standby air, so I guess if you're having some leakages you can put that off. Cabin pressurization mode dump. There we are. The Senecas we flew weren't pressurized, so this is all new to me. Door seal mode is off. Beacon light, we're now ready for engine start, so I'll just double check to make sure that there's no ATC here. Don't need to request departure clearance. Before I start the engines though, we'll talk about the SID. Thanks for your subscription there, the Ollie 4D, I hope you're doing well. Has catering been delivered to Optimus Subprime? Not today. Jim's handbag contains a 5 kilo dumbbell to flex for the ladies, brilliant. John, any passengers today, or is it just a backward baseball cap skipper's joyride? No, Jim and I. I think if I start loading with passengers and cargo, I can't get up to flight level 220, which is what I want to do today. But yeah, let's have a little look at the weather. If I bring up Navigraph, so it's a nice day. We've got a few clouds around, 19 degrees, QNH is 1019, which is set on the altimeter. You can see here 1019, 180 at 5, so we'll depart off runway 10. I'll probably go via Charlie or even Delta, will be easily manageable with the Baron. We'll just clear the taxiway to do our power checks before departure, and we are going to fly an SID to join our airway, and we're flying low altitude airways today initially, and then we're going to go to high altitude airways. So initially climb straight ahead 800 feet, max 185 knots in the turn, and then we're going to fly 180 inbound to Ixito, MJ601 UNITA. There's no stop altitude here, so we'll probably just cruise straight up to 220 once we get cleared. And it's all programmed in the FMC, and it's an RNAV departure, which this aircraft has GPS, GNSS we're approved to do. And then it's all airways. If I bring up the IFR low charts, you can see here via Liblo to Ajaccio, which I think we've flown into, and then Corsi, Minka, Bolot, Raman, Kovas, and then we're really at the helm of ATC to see what they do, because there's multiple procedural arrivals available, but it's mixing in with the jet traffic. They've got to coordinate, these VATSIM controllers, me, and getting slotted in with that traffic, so I might have to do some holding. Anyone on their instrument rating have to remind me the hold entries and the timings. All I always remember is 14,000 feet, 1.5 minutes below that, 1 minute. But it'll probably be some sort of direct offset parallel entry if it's super busy, or maybe vectors onto non-precision approach for runway 14, or they've got ILS onto 32. So we'll have to see when we get there. We've got plenty of time en route to ensure that we're all ready to go. Right, beacon lights will turn on, which is here. Turn on the battery. There we are. So you can hear the aircraft getting powered up. Just turn up the simulator as well. Battery master bus volts 23 volts, which is down here. We've got 23 volts. Annunciators test, left alternator and right alternator we can turn on. Main fuel quantities check. We've got sufficient fuel. We've brimmed the tanks. Cabin heater as desired. We'll do that on the climb. Let's just test the fuel pumps. There we are. You can hear the audio. There we are, so the pumps are off, and it'll be a cold engine start. So mixture full rich, right propeller max RPM, right throttle fully open, and then we put the boost pump on for 2 to 3 seconds. And again, for those of you who missed last stream, you can see the fuel going into the cylinder here. It's a really neat touch. So again, we don't want to do it for too long because we don't want to flood the engine, but watch this when I put the right pump on. There's no dedicated primer, but there you go, there's the fuel going into the cylinder, and then we could turn that off. And we're now ready to start engine number 2. So we'll just get rid of that tablet. Wait, I've got to do the whole clear prop thing. Hold on. Yeah, clear prop. There we are. Excellent. Let's now start engine number 2. And we'll bring up that actual thing here so you can see the cylinders fire up, because it is super cool. I won't do it on the second engine. Right, starting engine number 2. She's cold. Doesn't want to go. You can see the starter's getting warm. Alright, probably just put a little bit more fuel in. I don't want to flood it, but let's try again. Clear prop. Look at the battery capacity going down as well. Oh, I know what I've done. I did this last stream. Whoops. Let me try again. Well, look, you can see how hot the starter's gotten compared to the left and right. Please don't overheat. There she goes. Have I got the cover still on? Ah, no! Ah! I thought I removed all those. That's going to get very hot very quickly. Hopefully I've not damaged the engine. I wouldn't notice that in real life, you'd hope. Anyway, good start, engine number 2. Set around 1000 RPM. We have oil pressure, oil temperature slowly increasing. The cylinder head temperature will take some time. What an amateur! Yes, I stick to the 7.3, I think. Right, let's repeat the process for engine number 2. Let's get rid of that tab and get rid of this EFB as well. There we go. So let's not do that again. Full power for a second. Fuel flow is registering. Don't forget to crank in a quarter of inch. Starting engine number 1. Clear prop. Come on. There she goes. Beautiful. I'm looking for a real pilot. I ruined my Comanche engine by forgetting the covers. I hope not in real life for Reese Ivan Music. Who did the walk around? Jim! It's Jim's fault. There are all covers removed. Right, anyway, engine number 1, we have 1000 RPM. Low fuel flow, that's fine. Oil pressure and temperature slowly increasing. Perfect! Never in doubt my ability to fly this. Start annunciators closed, alternators extinguished, the loads being shared, bus faults 28, yeah, that's good. Engine instruments checked, left mixture full rich, high RPM, left throttle full open. Oh no, we don't know. Is this all the engines start? Yeah, we don't know what this, haven't we? Start annunciators extinguish, bus faults 28 volts, engine instruments check, we've done. So after starting, lights is required. So we'll turn on the panel lighting. It's getting a bit dark already. Taxi lights, avionics master, cabin and heaters designed, air conditioning is designed, mixture will lean a little bit for taxi. Let's get the GPS powered up, and then we'll be pretty much ready for taxi shortly. This is why you guys love watching me fly airplanes like this, because I have not flown anything like this for an incredibly long time. Oh dear. You wait until I'm on VATSIM trying to slot in with all this commercial traffic. What have I done? Just make sure VATSIM's working. Yeah, perfect. And I make sure my radio tuning panel's working too. So yeah, perfect. Enter, 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 enter. If I select flight plan, you'll see there we are. The SID's already loaded. That's great. I've got a little link on my desktop which fires up the radio tuning panel. There we are. I've just selected it on. Perfect, my radio tuning panel's working. So 2000 transponder to out. The local QNH is set. As mentioned, we're going to climb up to flight level 220, which I'm setting here with my which will probably be easier if I do this with my mouse wheel. But on my Thrustmaster thrust levers, so I've got the ability to set altitude heading bugs and speed bugs. Oh, well, that's quite useful. There we are. Straight to flight level 220. Perfect. What else can we set here? So runway QDM here is 10, so we'll set the HSI to 103. 103. It's conventional SID, so, sorry, it's an RNAV SID, so there's nothing really I can tune. There might be a VOR perhaps. Okay, yeah, we're tuning the Genova VOR 108.6. We'll make that active. So I'm just tuning now, 108.6. Nav 1, and you can see the RMI coming alive, and we've got the DME information from that. Not that we're using it for navigation for departure, but I've tuned the HSI and RMI back up. Okay, so we're ready for taxi. Just make sure we're on Unicom, and we'll advise traffic that we're taxiing out to runway 10. Unicom traffic, November 848 Delta, in Genova, taxiing to runway 10. Unicom traffic. Right. Right. Idle. We're on our way. Oh, instrument rating vibes. It's very similar to a Seneca. I mean, this must be the Seneca's main competitor. Lights on, or did I miss it? Yeah, taxi lights on, beacon lights on. Just need to turn on my nav lights, I think. Excellent. So we're going to taxi out here from the GA apron on November, right on Alpha, and then yeah, we'll taxi onto the whole point here. We'll go full length just to make sure we can do our power checks and not blocking the taxiway if there's anyone on VATSIM. Someone hasn't used CTAF in a while. I've never used CTAF ever, but CTAF is only in America, no? We're not using CTAF in Europe yet. I think we're still using 122.8. Very nice scenery for freeware. There's not many decent freeware sceneries, or the ones that are available require you to download loads of separate plugins. This one I just put straight into my community folder. All the information about that scenery is in the video description below. It's a stunning destination. Make sure I try to stay on the taxi line. Awesome. Yeah, the taxi handling actually looks surprisingly good for Microsoft Flight Sim. None of that jiggly stuff. No, it feels really good. I don't know whether the Black Square developer has actually done some sort of weird taxi dynamic thing, but it does feel very, very nice. Sort of being influenced by the wind as well, so I'm having to sort of make little rudder inputs to stay on the taxi line here. You thought about an order brake RTO? Yes, I've left the APU running as well. Good. So the HSI is on GPS, so if obviously I select that, it'll revert to conventional navigation. Also, the RMI is synced with the GPS as well, so that will keep updated as we fly along our route today. I have to fly to Seneca in a few months, so your multi-engine piston engine range, is it challenging? Yeah, I mean, what Seneca is it? Aleppo 984, and are you a Seneca 5 with a glass cockpit? I had to do mine in a Seneca 2 with no, you know, this basically. This is my IR. Alright, clear left. Bit of rain over there. This is instrument equipped with de-icing as well. Analog, good man. You'll be fine. God, look at that scenery, isn't it? Absolutely spectacular. Beautiful. I've never flown into Genova. It is a destination from operator, but I'm yet to do it. Walker, is your Seneca turbocharged? Adds to the difficulty. Well, speaking like I own a Seneca. I did my engine rating on a Seneca many years ago, and it was turbocharged, yeah, with the ability to easily overboost the engines. So I'll take the next intersection for the power checks. We'll turn into wind. I'm going to do a pressurization check as well. There we are, here's the intersection. So, as long as we don't enter the runway, we can sort of position the aircraft into wind a little bit to help. There we are. Freckles, hope you're doing well. Freckles Aviation is one of the original members of the channel, and is on the British Airways pathway to become a BA pilot. And I saw your picture. I think you're in the middle of your CPL now. Hope you're doing very well, buddy. Very proud of you. Right, parking brake is set, 1000 RPM. Right, so I've got the checks in front of me we need to do for the power checks. I might do the de-icing systems as well. So for the run-up, we have parking brake set, mixture now to fully rich. Okay, and we're max RPM, throttle to 1700. There's the little turbochargers kicking in. There we are, 1700 RPM is set. So I'll exercise the propellers one at a time. We should do this 3 times, but I'll do it twice. Engine number 1. Resident Nigel, yes. Mag check. There we are, engine number 2. Left back to both. To right. Max 50 between the two. Max 150 drop. Engine number 2. Left. Very small drop. To right. Very small drop. No more than 50 between the two. Instrument air green, no lights. Yes. Alternator check. So just switch the alternators. Make sure the other generator picks up the load, which it is. It's a fantastic add-on, this. Propeller de-ice test. Oh yeah, that's complete. Windshield heat test complete. Heater switches test. Very good. Surface de-ice. I'm actually going to turn on the pitot heat for departure, because we're going to be flying through IMC today. Now, pressurization system. We need to increase power to 2000 RPM now. There we are, 2000 RPM set. So for this, verify cabin altitude is set to field elevation. It's not. That's from my test sector yesterday. Sea level. There we are. Cabin climb rate to the 10 o'clock position, which it is. It's not moving. Cabin altitude preset 1000 feet below field elevation. Yeah. Cabin door seal mode, press up. Oh. Do I need to reset it? It's not working. Oh. Alright, yeah, I've done that. Cabin press test hold. There we are, perfect. Make sure it's pressurising, which it is. And the door seal test, it says off, down. Okay, I probably was meant to check something, but I'm happy that it's pressurising. The cabin altitude decreased, and now all the way to idle. And now we can set that to 22,000 feet. Make sure the engines don't cut off. 22,000 feet should give us a cabin altitude of 10,000 feet later. Perfect. Back to 1000 RPM. Right, power checks are complete. There's additionally an autopilot test. We'll presume it works. And now we do the before takeoff check. So windows are closed. Autopilot altitude preset. Heading bug nav source is set. Elevator trims. Rudder and aileron trims set. Flaps set for takeoff. So we'll press approach. They're electrically powered. Look, you can see the load pick up there. Cabin pressurization mode up and up for both switches. There we are, so it should pressurise after takeoff. Air conditioning, fuel boost pumpers are off. Transponder set to out on, which it is. Weather radar, we want that set to on. Oh, I'm picking up a little bit of weather. We'll just blast through it, and we're now ready for lineup. Excellent. Just before we do that, strobes, landing lights on. Ready to go. Just before we take off, just catch up here with chat we've got here. Just adjusted the EDM 760 graphic equalizer for more bass, and off we go. Fantastic. A 737 Adventure renewed my SCP IFR a month ago after 13 years of airline flying. Drove me nuts that the HSI OBS setting did not change automatically when turning from one leg to the other on the RNAV SID. 737 Adventure, exactly the same here. I've got to turn the HSI over each track, but at least it's linked to RNAV. Very good of you to do that. I wish a part of me would go and do that itself, maybe one day. But yeah, anyway, look guys, we're ready for departure here. We'll just have a little quick look on Unicom. We've got the sound turned up. No one said anything, so I'm pretty sure we're all quiet here. No one on the approach. Great. Let's release the brakes, departing off runway 10. Oops, why's that not worked? There we are, perfect. Sky looks interesting. It looks a bit wet over there, doesn't it? We'll be alright. Twining into that if I was a VFR, yeah, it'd be fine. IMC rated. Getting dark, isn't it? Yeah, I have to turn lighting up. Well, we'll get above the clouds soon. Alright, we'll start the timer as well. HSI will turn off the RNAV computer things, we're not using it. Genova traffic, November 848 Delta's taking off IFR, departure to the south. Alrighty. Tigers in chat, let's go to Cagliari. Hold her on the brakes. Start the timer. He says, start the timer. Alright, let's spool them up. So power's going to be, for takeoff, 39 inches. Holding on the brakes. That's awesome. Right, everything's in the green, pressure's good, sudden head temperatures, let's go. Oh, IR vibes. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots. 80 knots. Rotate, 91. A little bit left rudder, airborne. Positive climb, gears up. Beautiful. Okay, 100 knots, flaps up. Pitch for 130 now. Fantastic. What a beautiful airport. What a beautiful city. There's 130. Start pitching up. So the SID, it's going to take us straight ahead. It should automatically command to turn 800 feet. Now we're at 800 feet, so we want to now make a right turn. 180. Now I want to go to 36 inches. There we are. Reduce the RPM to 2,500. Oh, not quite synced. Oh dear. Ah, that's better. Beautiful. So what's happened to my GPS? I'm not sure what's happened on the routing. So what I'm going to do, didn't do this yesterday, is just route direct to Ixito. We're all pretty much trimmed at 130 knots now, so let me just get on to a heading of south first, and I'll redirect to Ixito, which is pretty much what the SID is. Obviously, we need jet traffic, which is what this SID is designed for. You'd be pretty much doing Ixito after the turn, so yeah, it's all gone a bit weird. Right, so direct, push, Ixito, enter, oops, enter. Activate. There we go. Perfect. And we're on to on a heading off. So it's not going directly south, but the required track is 193. Oh, bit of precipitation. Match the heading bug, and then we'll do some after takeoff checklists. Just going to pitch down for 130 knots. Just updating the heading bug, which is really slow to update. Awesome, 19 degrees in here, so basically we're going direct to Ixito now, and then it should carry on en route. We should have probably waited until on intercept heading to go directly south, but not to worry. So, ooh, a bit more power. Want to be doing about 36 inches either side, and RPM a bit higher. Want to be doing around 2,500. Oh, it's got really dark outside. Now I'm really flying IMC. So it's using the HSI basically. Sounds great, isn't it? So temperature outside is... Actually, where is the temperature? There we are. 10 degrees, so we're sort of entering icing conditions now. We'll keep an eye on it. We don't have any icing on the aircraft. There's a full de-icing model with boots, so we have to keep an eye on the leading edge, and the windshield is heated as well, but it's all off at the moment. 130 knots, that's the best. Yes, climb power settings, recommended speed 130 knots, 36 inches, 2,400 RPM, sorry. Oh, which is pretty much what I've got. And the props are perfectly in sync. There we are, back on track now. Wings level. And when it's perfectly in trim like this, there's very little input required. Oh, this is just, yeah, classic IR flying. But it's great to have a HSI slave with the GPS. So once we're back on track, We know what the desired track is. What we'll do is put that up there. So there you go. Desired track is 193, so I can actually set that now. There we go. Now I know what the wind's doing. Is there a way of seeing what the wind is with this fancy pants GPS? It's not fancy pants. I just know what heading to fly, so I can work out my drift. Very good. So the ETA's up there, showing 17:36. That's over 2 hours, but obviously as we level off and accelerate and get higher, our true airspeed will increase. Should be about an hour and a half, and I'll carry on hand flying now. Still in clouds. No icing yet. Oh, better check we're pressurising. Diff pressure, yeah, we are definitely pressurising. Diff pressure's 2.5 psi. Cabin altitude slowly climbing as well. Oops, watch my track. Temperature's all good. Temperature's in the green. Sitting head temperature's good. Pressure's fine on the oil. And we're just almost on top. The sun's just trying to peek through the clouds here. This is wicked. Oh yeah, I've got to do some after takeoff checks actually. I think yeah, the engine's going to get a bit cold. Close the cow flap. Oh, cow flaps. There we are. So after takeoff, cow flaps as required. So close them. Prop sync can come on. So how does prop sync work? Does it just make small automatic adjustments to the RPM automatically to ensure that they're perfectly synced up? Didn't have that on the Seneca. Fuel boost pump's not required, cabin heat is required, so it's 13 degrees here, so it's a really nice little feature, so you can see what the demanded cabin temperature is. So 14:30, it's a bit cold, so what we're going to do is turn on the heater, the blower to low, and then we can... 47? That's a bit hot. And then we can adjust the cabin target here, look. So we'll set it to... Oops, there you go, look, not concentrating. 63. 25 degrees, perfect. So it's nice, going to get nice and warm here. Yeah, there you go, look. So this is the importance of single pilot IFR. Start messing around with heaters and things, but you get yourself off track. So let's turn right here. Yeah, I'd probably fail my instrument rating if I deviated that far. Already past 10,000 feet. Probably set standard now, 1013. Great performance. Oh, look, we're almost out the cloud. Beautiful. There we are, almost back on track. And we've broken out. Beautiful. I remember on my instrument rating doing this and with my flying partner, I was back seating, and it's a horrible January morning. Completely dull and overcast, and all of a sudden, poof, out the top of the cloud, and I was like, this is cool. Glad I'm doing this as a career. There we are, back on the HSI now. Slow the nose slightly, just want to maintain 130 knots. So temperature's all good. Oh, probably should start leaning the mixture a little bit as well. There we are, I can see the EGT's rising a little bit in the corner. Oh, HSI is getting quite sensitive now because obviously we're getting close to the target waypoint. I genuinely don't know where the wind is coming from here. So in airborne now for 8 minutes, and we're already passing 12,000 feet. It's the beauty of turbocharged engines, you can keep a constant manifold pressure as you climb to higher altitudes. Now left to track 137 in 7 seconds. So let's track 137. Quite a sharp turn, but there we are, and we can turn left now. Awesome. Next waypoint's only 7 miles, so we're still on this SID, inbound to Mike Juliet 9601, flight level 90 above, which we're easily complying with. Awesome. There I am. Cool as a cucumber in Roman Grosjean's Beechcraft Baron. Right, I'm feeling a bit lazy now. I might engage the automation. So, match the heading bug. Turn on the flight director. Turn on nav. Pull for vertical speed. We'll set a target VS of around 1200 feet per minute. Engage the autopilot. Oops. Engage vertical speed mode. And nav. It's quite aggressive with the terms, but it will get us back on there. And I'm just going to adjust vertical speed basically to maintain 130 knots. So I just want to increase that vertical speed slightly to 1300 feet per minute. There we are. See if I've killed the engines at all. Left engine 100%, right engine 100%. Perfect. You see all the temperatures of the cylinders. Turbocharger 93,700 RPM. Flashing waypoint, that's really cool. So it blinks when you're coming up to the next waypoint, which will then afterwards be UNITA. And then we're basically going to fly southbound. And what we'll do, we'll tune our first en route VOR, which is Ajaccio 14.8, and we can have that as backup, and it'll be really useful for DME and time on here. So we'll tune in that VOR now, because we're not really using Genova. For 14.8. Use the radio tuning panel. Oops, see, it keeps getting stuck. There we are, 14.8. There we are, it's already picked up. 136 miles away, or possibly not the right VOR, but it's active box 1 and 2. Yeah, there we are, 60 minutes, but obviously we're not flying towards the VOR yet. Great, 1300 feet per minute, maintaining 130 knots. Passing flight level 150 again, best just check the pressurisation. So, cabin pressurisation, it seems to have reached the limit. I don't like how it's going to get the red. Cabin altitude is slowly climbing, 500 feet per minute. We've set the target. Not much more we could do. I think basically it maintains a fixed diff pressure of about, what's that, 4 psi maximum. As long as it doesn't go up any higher than that. If you go to cabin, yeah, 4 psi. Look, and then it'll keep maintaining that and increase the cabin altitude. It looks like, as I was saying earlier, the target cabin altitude at 22,000 feet is going to be just below 10,000 feet. Uh-oh, cabin diff. I need to open it up slightly. I'll watch this. Should be able to help it out. I've got too much air being pumped in. Right, watch the pressure now. Oh no, it's sealed, which is quite realistic. Ah, there we go. I think it's sorted itself out, look. Oh, yeah. Cabin outline has extinguished, and it's back in the green now. Alright. I don't know how it works. In the 7.3, pressurization is controlled by manipulating the outflow valve, so it's like a balloon. The fuselage is like a balloon. Bleed air is pumped in, and I think it's similar with this. The air is pumped in from the engines, which inflates the fuselage, and then you control the pressurization by controlling how quickly the air leaves the aircraft via what we call the outflow valve. So obviously, if the outflow valve is fully closed, you're going to inflate and exceed the maximum differential pressure. But there will be, there will be some overpressure relief valve, no doubt. This one there is on the 7.3 and a negative pressure relief valve. Right, new track 182. So the VS has just dropped off slightly, so I'm just going to set 1200 feet per minute. Hello, Reticent Simmer. Hope you're doing well. Cabin diff again. Didn't happen on my test to this, guys. Seems to be just sort of hanging around pressurization, but it's actually over pressurizing, not under pressurizing. Must be some sort of manual control. I mean, literally, it's just if I move it to. Ah! Ah! That's gonna make your ears pop. I just pressed dump very briefly, and that would have made your ears pop. Ah, yes. Hello, Ifran. I recognise the name. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, look, just cycling off that VS has helped. Still got 36 inches. Let's check all the temperatures. So all temperatures, yeah, it's good. Pressures in the green. Cylinder head temperature's getting a little higher. EGTs are fine. Fuel flow's good. Tanks are brimmed. We've got plenty of fuel. And we're approaching and passing flight level 200. Are you going to end up in a reverse Titan sub situation? I will if I negatively, if I overpressure, it'll explode. Implosion, I'd have to get the cabin altitude below my present altitude. But there's also negative pressure relief valves as well, I hope. Alright, so when we level off, we'll set our cruise power setting. Which for the turbocharged aircraft, I've got various settings. You've got max power, cruise, economy. We'll go with cruise 1, so 32 inches, 2,400 RPM. Take your coat off. Hey. Oh, 2 degrees. What's happened? 3? Yeah, that'd be chilly. Target temperature 3. I guess as I climb, I need to keep adjusting it. Oops. Cabin heat pull. Wait, that's making it colder. Oh yeah, I was going the wrong way, that's fine. Sorry, Jim. There you go, 26. It'll start heating up very shortly, Jim. I'm worried about my pulse oximeter as well. Anyway, approaching our cleared level. This is a little. They fitted this just to show you that the cabin temperature is currently low. Sorry, Jim was feeling a bit hot anyway. We're about to level off at 220. Let's just monitor the level off. There we go. He says. There we go. There we go. There we go. Great. And we'll let the aircraft accelerate. You'll see the ETA now start decreasing as we accelerate. 1701, 1700, 1659, and we'll go over our cruise setting. Okay, so we're going to set 32 inches, so slightly reduce power. (32 inches set, 2,300 RPM. It's like going up the gears in your car. Props perfectly synced, so now we can lean the mixture. Reach of peak. So see the cylinder head temperatures. Or EGT will start increasing. Peak EGT's been found. Just go a little bit. I can't remember how many degrees the other side you want to go, but something like that. Great, we're in the cruise. So we're burning just under 17 gallons an hour per engine, and 98 gallons. So we've got a great endurance. This could go 4 or 5 hours at this speed. Aircraft is sort of stabilised at a ground speed of around 204, 210 knots. We'll take the pitot heat off because we're not currently in cloud. There we are. Prop sinks on, and we're here. This is a great cruiser, you know, still accelerating. And 34 minutes until we get to Ajaccio, which is about halfway. Just here, look. So it's probably going to be another flight of about another. We've been able now hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, we'll get some ATC shortly. Yeah, fantastic add-on. If you're in your instrument rating, what a fantastic tool to train with. And this is what I did. I used the Carinado Seneca 2 in FSX when I was doing my instrument rating back in sort of 2000 and 10, and it was a great tool. And one thing that really annoyed me though was the RMI wasn't slave with the compass, so you had to manually rotate it. But there we are. Let me have a good old catch up with chat here. We've got also pull out the pilot air knob, and Jim will feel much better. Oh, he's feeling fine. It's slowly warming up. He'll be all right. We could have a quiz so Elizabeth could win. We could. Looks like a nice day above the clouds at this altitude, said Steve. Yeah, absolutely. It's lovely. 22,000 feet. Never went high as this in the Seneca, wasn't it? It wasn't pressurised. Aaron, did you see Fiona's left Spirit? I didn't even know who he worked for. He's left Spirit. He's moving to another up. Someone mentioned that last stream. I didn't know. Didn't someone say he might be going to fly the 7-3? If so, yeah, he knows exactly who he needs to watch. Right, I'll turn off the taxi and landing lights whilst we're up here. Save my battery. Oh, blower fan for the heating. Sorry. Where is that fan on this? Well, now it's heating. It's warming up. It's warming up. So pressure air shut off. Oh, look, we're nicely pressurised. 3.8 psi. Great. So it's just below the maximum. It's holding 10,000 feet exactly as per the schedule. So we wouldn't be dead in here. Seabread, hope you're doing well. The Cows Diamond 42 hugely helpful during YR. Very, very cool. I have heard of that add-on. It's too modern and scary for me. This is a mixture of old and a bit of new. 222 knots, good speed. The SimBrief operational flight plan, I don't think it had a profile for the turbocharged variant because it wasn't happy putting me at 22,000 feet, so I had to adjust it manually. And it says here, look, ground speed 175, 172, 172 at 20,000 feet. We're actually doing 222, but I couldn't adjust it at all. And that's showing a flight time. I think it was like 2 hours. 2 hours 14. That's about 1 hour 45. I need a coffee flask. I will do as well. But it's a lovely warm 16 degrees now. A little bit cloudy because it would be a spectacular route to look out the window today. So approach Corsica. Very beautiful terrain, and then yeah, we've never actually flown into Cagliari before as well. Just stock scenery there, so goodness knows what it'll look like when we get there. But no, we're all out of icing conditions here. Very nice indeed. GPS 53430 was new in 2005. Yes, I suppose it is a 20-year-old instrumentation suite. But it should be quite busy going into destination. I'm sure one of you will be able to find out for me how many aircraft are inbound to Cagliari. Try to get the lighting sorted in here as well. It's a bit panel lighting, flood lighting is on. It was over here, wasn't it? Turned up. Around a fifth of the way. I mean, the maximum altitude of this is 25,000 feet, but surely that's limited by pressurisation. You know, oodles of performance. We were still able to climb at 1,300 feet per minute, right up to sort of 22,000 feet here. I think it'll be all nice and sealed. This is a nicer cabin than the one we flew the other day. It's got some leather seats. This would be the view if you were flying VIP with us today. Save some of these views actually. There we are. I think I have a table for whoever's sat back here, which we didn't have on the version we flew yesterday. So there we are. Look, you can. Oh yes, you can get your office work complete whilst your pilots take you to your destination. Very interesting. Hey John, do we have caviar on toast? Yes, prawns, Mediterranean prawns. I was thinking actually next overnight stream I'll do end of next week, and it'd be really good actually to do another Formula 1 positioning flight, because I was looking, the flight from Mexico to Sao Paulo, isn't it? Into Lagos? I can't remember. It's about the right time for it's about 9-hour flight time, I think, 8-9 hours. So it'd be great for another overnight stream. Hey, Dress Daring, what hope you're doing well. Have you had any interest in doing any pottering about G aircraft? Yeah, I think having our daughter this year, their priorities have definitely changed. So it would be something much later on now. I was probably more inclined to do it 5 years ago. Bayfort UK, can you show us how to calculate true airspeed from indicated airspeed? Yeah, I haven't got my CRP5. Could that do that? I honestly can't remember the exact calculation needed to. Don't need it. And I didn't even need it 15 years ago when I learnt it, but there you go. For navigation ground speed, just remember as you climb your true airspeed increases over your indicated airspeed. Ben Butler, you love the overnight streams? Yes, good fun, good fun. So it'll be a night flight. Yeah, if I do overnight, I'll be landing into Brazil probably mid-morning. It'll probably be night there, but yeah, Thursday. If we do that Thursday night, it'd be perfect timing for Interlagos for the F1 next Grand Prix. Haven't got any Australians here. I thought we'd have a joke and say what we're carrying on board is tissues for all the Oscar Piastri, Oscar fans. Can't say his surname. So you know, it does have a higher cruise speed. I'm quite happy. There's multiple different cruise power settings. You've got high power, economy. Economy, you know, you can actually reduce to 24 inches, 2,200 RPM, and lean the mixture further and do around 150 to 175 knots. We're getting a 165 here, which is perfect. There you go, Walker 1993 and Richard Boll have got some good rules of thumb there for true airspeed increases over indicated airspeed by 2% per 1,000 feet. There you go. Aussie aircraft, Oscar robbed. Don't peddle this conspiracy theory that McLaren are sandbagging his car. It's quite funny looking at some of the social media comments on these posts. There we are, look, 21 degrees, beautiful temperature in here. Jim's happy, I'm happy. Perfect. 1 hour 2 minutes into the flight, or the stream, albeit technically 53 minutes with slight audio issues at the start. Stupid Streamlabs. It always does this. Yesterday, the members would have seen a Discord stage event, so you have to change your mic settings, and it always screws up, I remember, with previous stage events with the settings in Streamlabs. It's really annoying. My theory is that they've stopped showing driver data. Possibly. But historically, I was reading Oscar's sort of struggled in these races in the past. You know, putting all to the side there, they're both incredible drivers. It'll be really interesting, and let's see if Max can catch up. It's lost a bit of progress last race, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting into the season. I mean, obviously, as a Brit, you know, I'm going to say I'm going to support Lando Norris, and to all my Dutch friends here, I'll say that Max Verstappen is probably the greatest F1 drivers to ever lived. He's an incredible driver, but I don't want him to win. Hello, Josh Frieda. Thank you very much. Love your content. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So we should hopefully get some ATC in the not too distant future as we continue southbound. So I'm going to look here on the map. There we are. Just turn this on. Okay, not until Korsich, the FIR boundary. Let's see. We've got ground town approach, and won't be until Kovas will be picking up the ATC. Just trying to see what runway they're using. Looks like they're landing on using row 14, which is a non-precision approach. It'd be quite interesting to see how to get to 14 off this arrival. So I guess vectored, or is it a procedural approach? Not sure. Oh, there's an MD-80 there, very nice. Lots of Airbuses. But there's not many light engine twins inbound, that's for sure. Awesome. Absolutely sensational weather. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Really, really nice. Turn the sim down ever so slightly, guys. There we go. We'll turn it up later as we get into the cruise. John used to say the same thing when Michael Schumacher was battling Damon Hill. I was a very young lad when that was happening. Stephen, wasn't there a switch knob you adjusted last time to light those dials up? It seemed to remember it was fact too green and you turned it down. It just looks a bit dark and hard to read right now. Yeah, I'm guessing that's with the sun, but I've got the... Yeah, how did I turn the background lighting up? So I've got the floodlights on. Was it something on the overhead panel? Ah! I mean, that's not done anything. Don't think I turned those on last time. Save that view for later. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to see, especially if you're watching there. I just think with the sun on our nose, everything's turned up as far as possible here. Yeah. I think you can see the green light on underneath. I think just with the sun there, it is making it more difficult to see the instrumentation. Hello Picard, did you enjoy flying the Seneca? Still see them buzzing around Oxford, very loud compared to the Diver 42. I did. What I didn't like was the simulated engine failures, where my leg's still hurting from my instrument rating from when they pulled the power back at 300 feet on the go around. And my leg would be like, oh! It was really, really heavy. I mean, the 7.3 is heavy as well. If you're flying around single engine a lot on the single engine go around, you sometimes think, oof, I can't wait to level off until the missed approach actually in the 7.3, but the Seneca was at a whole nother level. Oh, it was heavy. Oh, Stephen, no, I can't remember, but it'll be getting a little darker soon. But I agree, I can't see the instruments as clearly as I'd hope. Absolutely, Joe. Yep, Ayrton Senna I think is often touted as one of the greatest Formula 1 drivers of all time, and he no doubt would have won several more titles had he not been killed. That was early 90s, wasn't it? Hello, CHNB911. Do you ever fly in the US? I'm American. First time I was in the UK, I was a bit surprised that I had to report aircraft type stand ATIS QNH for clearance. Oh, yes, welcome to the UK. I don't fly in the US anymore, but I did my CPL in Arizona. But yes, in the UK, the radio can be a little daunting, I think, for pilots. And there was an example of a YouTuber, a very well-known YouTuber, who flew in the UK, and he got a lot of negative feedback with how he reacted to UK ATC. He was basically very underprepared, flew in the UK, and found the whole thing a bit of a joke. But there's a bit of a backlash from that video. I remember watching it thinking it wasn't very well prepared. But you guys would know what that YouTuber was called some time ago now, probably 5-6 years ago. But yeah, it is different. You have to, even in the 7.3, if I'm getting the clearance, we'll have to say, Alpaca 01, we're Boeing 738 Information Alpha, QNH 1015, stand 6, departure clearance to Cagliari, please. How did you get rid of that press Shift C to exit cockpit message? Shift C? Yeah, enter the cockpit. So when you start the flight, it says that, but as soon as you enter the cockpit, it disappears. Progressing very nicely. There we are. Overhead Recif. And overhead Calvi. We flew the 7.3 into Calvi once, and it was a really cool approach. It's back in X-Plane 12 days. Or X-Plane 11 days, sorry. Yeah, there you go. You can see See Calvi just down there. You're welcome, Josh Reader. Yeah, Shift C, just enter the cockpit. It's gone. Oh, it's a bug feature in Sim Update 4. It appears until the plane is moving. Most recent version of Sim Update 4 introduced the Shift C message as permanently there until the aircraft is moving. Why is that a bit of a pain? Shift C. Yeah, okay. I don't try the betas in Microsoft Flight Simulator. As a rule now, I avoid all betas in X-Plane as well. But it's I like the direction Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is going. I'm probably going to switch to it permanently once the PMDG 73 comes over. I was reading some Reddit posts about the sort of Microsoft's sort of gearing towards consoles with the sim, but it does work nicely. There's still a few things I'd like to see it improved, but it's I think it's fantastic. I mean, what we're doing today, you can't get any really much more realistic than this. GHL 3488, you're now in your 70s. I was privileged to have seen him in Silverstone a few times. My favourite driver was Nigel Mansell, a proper racer, but Max is my favourite now. Very good. Well, it's my honour to have you here in your 70s, GHL 3488. And that's Jill, isn't it? It's so annoying that... Why has YouTube changed everyone's YouTube handles? Here and everything, make sure everything's working as we need. Synth head temperatures are nice and cool. Still don't fully understand this 20-degree deviation. Didn't have that on the Seneca. But fuel flow's good. RPM's fixed. 32 inches of pressure. Very nice. Look at the scenery down there. Would you ever do a formal operator reveal if you leave your current operator like V1 did? Possibly, but I have no intentions of leaving. I'm very settled at my operator as a Thierry. Tube Loops is always laughable when people call 2024 Arcade when it has the best default avionics. It gives you Lido charts for free. Ah, yes. Wuxian, I know why you're commenting that for. I think everyone's very respectful of each simulator. I love both sims. X-Plane, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I use both and will continue to use both moving forward. Avi Moore, how complicated is learning to fly the Baron Bonanza for someone who is used to the A220 Boeing 737? It's like anything. You pick it up, start practicing, you'll get up to speed of it. And I mean, I'm a huge fan. Let me find the website here. There's so many great checklists available for these add-ons. I'm just going to find this checklist. So all you have to do is type in Google, you know, the aircraft Black Square Beechcraft Baron checklist, or whatever you want to fly, Boeing 737 checklist. Head over to Flight Sim TO, and there's some fantastic checklists available. So let me just open up Chrome here for you. So this is one I've used for a lot, and this guy here called JD, and the detail is fantastic. So it shows you where to find the switches. Look, I mean, there's a little trailer here, but I can't play it. But look, he's made ones for all the different aircraft, and they're color coded. All the pitch and power settings are available. What to set, and I just follow these. I love following checklists and doing things as realistically as possible. So this guy is fantastic. He makes checklists for loads of aircraft, and I use his all the time for these sort of things, from the Avro RJ to, you know, obviously the Beechcraft Baron, the Fokker F28, and it's just easy to follow. So I'd highly recommend just searching for checklists and firing up an aircraft you're interested in, purchasing it, or downloading it free, or whatever aircraft you're flying, and just go for it. Tube Loops 2020. I like 2024. I haven't touched the career mode. I'm actually surprised it ended up being so popular. Yeah, I have a playlist for the career mode, and we've got it up to the bit. You know, we own a Sirius jet, and we did a stream a couple of weeks ago. It's fun. It's stuck with that Microsoft turbulence model, the realistic one, which is unrealistic. But yeah, it's a bit of fun for me. You can't use any third-party aircraft with it though, can you? You're only default planes. Storm, could you post a link to the checklist? Certainly. Give me 2 seconds. I mean, you could just search Google for the thing, but I'll accommodate you today. There you go. There's loads of checklists available. You're welcome, Swarm. King Crimson, I mean, free flight is still my main playstyle. But career mode is different experience, forces me to try new things. Yeah, and I like it. I just wish there was a little bit more editing. So things like just have the ability to select live time, live weather on, boom, done, like I have now. The fact that the live weather seems to work, but the live time is it just have a setting just to turn on. Can't be that difficult, surely, for a Soviet to do that. Steamer says, first thing, most notice flying GA if you use jets, they're so much slower. One has time to do everything with much less pressure. Slower always makes landing much easier too for most people. Absolutely. Aussie, what is your least favourite memory item actions in the 737 airspeed unreliable? Yeah, I think most 73 pilots, and no doubt it's probably something similar in the Airbus, I would hate to have. I'd rather have an engine failure than airspeed unreliable. Well, when I say that, I'd rather have an engine failure than dual airspeed unreliable. If one airspeed's unreliable, you can manage that. But dual airspeed unreliable, where you lose both the captain and first officer airspeed indicator, is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Pitch power, you can't use any flight directors, and you've got no reference to speed, so you've just got to set these pitch and power settings. But it's capturing that to start with, because the automation's obviously reacting to incorrect airspeed indications, and it's been the cause of several fatal air accidents where crew have misinterpreted what's going on. And the most famous one was a 757 departing somewhere in South America. Been sat on the ground for a while now, and a wasp's nest had been built in the pitot tube, and the crew completely mismanaged it, and they ended up hitting the sea at something like 400 knots, even though the indicated airspeed was like 150 or something. Yeah, that's the one, Isaac Aviation. I've forgotten what it was, the Bergen Air 301. But yeah, airspeed unreliable, you know, it's something we dedicate an entire type rating session to, and expose crew to multiple airspeed situations. So things like dual airspeed unreliable and how to use the tables to fly pitch and power, airspeed unreliable on one source and how to recover or use the remaining reliable source of indicated airspeed as well. But it's something I'd love to record a tutorial for, but there's no Model 737, the Zebo, PMDG, iFly, which simulates airspeed unreliable, unfortunately. Great question, Aussie Aircraft. But yeah, airspeed unreliable. It's like you knew what I was going to say. J-Dog says, do Boeing not have a similar fast slow system that Airbus have for unreliable airspeed? Pretty basic, really. I mean, the main thing is as soon as you recognise you have it, or you get an airspeed unreliable indication on the PFD, you disconnect all the automation, flight directors off, and depending on your configuration, flaps up 4 and 75, flaps extended 10 and 80. Attitude and thrust settings. But if you have both airspeeds unreliable at the same time, let's say you flew for a flock of birds and both pitot tubes were knocked out, or you had severe icing, they both froze over, you won't get an airspeed unreliable indication, because the airspeed unreliable indication is based off a difference of 5 knots more than 5 seconds. So that's the one we expose crew in the sim and the type rating, and it takes, when you first see it, it's really confusing what's going on. Ben Butler, does the Boeing have a backup speed scale? Yeah, you have a standby airspeed indicator, which is still hopefully reliable. When we do it in the type rating, we fail all three, just to show you what it's like. But yeah, the chances of all three failing is remote, but it could happen. It's important to recognise it. Oh, what's this CH? There was one where they took off with tapes covered in all the pitot tubes. ATC tried relaying airspeed and altitude, but no one knew that was also from the false data from the blocked tubes. Well, there you go. Now, can ATC tell your ground speed from sort of just radar? But yeah, that's the problem. Airspeed is used by so many different systems. Air data computer takes that data. Things like your so much becomes unreliable. So wind trend vectors, ground speed is very useful because that is GPS derived. So your ground speed information is great. So at low altitude, sort of below 5,000 feet, it gives you a rough idea of your speed. Obviously not taking into account any wind, but yeah, you can't use it. Just pitch and power. But the thing about any aeroplane, pitch and power is all you need. If you set the required attitude, set the required thrust for your phase of flight, your aircraft will be flying the exact speed. And one thing we demonstrate during the type rating is, you know, we fail it, and we'll get them to check the tables, set the pitch and power, wait until the aircraft's in trim and stabilised, and then we say, right, what does the QRH say? The QRH says I should be doing 210 knots. We then clear the malfunction, you're doing 208. It's within 2 or 3 knots. It's incredibly accurate. Yeah, pitch and power equals performance. It's really important to remember that. Great, approaching the halfway point. As we fly along the coastline of Corsica. Some high terrain we've just flown over. Look at that, more as 11,300. I don't know if there's a name for the Strait of Ocean here. There's a little bit of sea as we cross from French to Italian airspace, but that's Corsica's where we pick up some ATC on VATSIM. Awesome. IFR Aviation, the Malaysian Airlines incident was covered in a Mentor pilot documentary. I found it very informative. The MH370. Oh, got a ding dong here. Contact me 128.8. Active. Who am I talking to? It is Roma. Now I need to find out what my active waypoint is. Adjustio, perfect. Roma radar. Ciao, it's November 848 Delta, flight level 220 to Alpha Juliet Oscar.
828 identified for 5420, cleared for the Cobra 1 Whiskey arrival.
Cleared on the... could you just confirm the arrival, please?
Cobra 1 Whiskey arrival, squawk 5420.
Score 5420 and the Cadora 1 Whiskey, November 848 Delta. We'll try and find that. I think he wrote it to me. Good idea. 542.
Yeah, the guys are one you identified.
It's the Covas 1 Whiskey RMP arrival. Expect runway 14. He could sense I could barely understand him. Alright, perfect. So I'm just got the squawk in. Covas 1 Whiskey. So that's not what I've programmed here. How do I... Right, this is the problem. I need to program this without crashing my GPS.
Descent to altitude 7,000 feet. QNH is 108.
Covas 1 Whiskey. Okay. And then it's going to be RMP... RMP... X-ray. So approach...
So that's contact next control.
There's only one RMP. Is there runway 14? Expect runway 14. There's only one RMP arrival. Via Turud. That goes via Apida. Oh no, Turud. No, look, it's going to be like that. Boom, Turud straight in. Alright, cool. And then the RMP arrival. Right. You guys need to now talk me through how to put this in the GPS without, without breaking anything. It's going to be a straight-in approach. Probably holding it Turud with a horrible entry. Probably a parallel entry of some sort. Right, let's work as a team, chat. So it's a Covas 1 Whiskey. Right. Oh, gosh. Right. How do I put a star in? Never did any of this with my IR. We had the GPS, but we weren't allowed to use it. Right, procedure. Select arrival. Enter. Aha! I'm doing a thing. Covas 1 Whiskey. Enter. Runway 14 via turret. Load. Okay, I'm still en route to Corsi. Just double check that's our next waypoint. Yes. Alright, good. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Right, I've passed over the Corsica VOR. No, Ajaccio. There it is down there. Perfect. Right. Now, I think I need to select the approach. Yes. So I've got Covas turret, and then obviously I want to go from turret to fly the RMP approach. Procedure again. Select approach. Ah, look at me go! RMP runway 14. There we are. It's got to be that one, isn't it? Enter. Via turret. Load. Load or activate? Load, surely. If I activate it, it's going to start doing things. Load. Can we have a double confirmation list of it? Not that I don't trust you, but listen, I'm not used to this. Load. Done it. Yes. Step through it. Covas 1 Whiskey, Durad. Yeah, Echo Echo 512 onto the approach. I did a thing.
Flight level 157.
Cool.
Flight level 1980. 10 miles.
So we're 450 miles away. We're going to do an RMP approach again. But we're going to sequence all this in.
Turn to flight level 340, Alpine 421.
Amazing. Right, well, we're still a way to go. We'll utilise the VNAV descent calculator as well. But we've loaded in the required approach. The only other thing was working out if we have to enter a hold here at turret, if it's busy, what we're going to have to do. So, correct me if I'm wrong, IR aficionados, coming in from this track.
Radar low, Airline 1 to up Sierra, flight level 350 M12 next.
I need to unload this procedure here because that's all wrong. So that's the incorrect arrival. So I need to... How do I don't often do this, but just for my sanity, I'm going to change that. Change. Ah, so I don't usually do this. I better write down what this arrival is.
350.
Covas 1 Whiskey. And the transition as well. So, Covas 1 Whiskey.
Runway 05, descent to flight level 110.
I hope they don't then last minute change it.
Alright, 1,000 in the box for the squawk, and then the Corsair 2 Romeo arrival, you said down to 10,000 for
Can't find the Covas. Oh, Covas.
There
we go, change to. Ah, there we are. There we go. So it's not to scale, but there we go. That gives you a rough idea of what we need to do. So Turin, we're going to be coming exactly in from the south. Is that almost a direct entry? Or am I going to have to offset? I've got a special holding calculator, so I can work all this out.
Roma Bonafera, Itaro 1783, reaching flight level 290.
Here it is. I found my special holding calculator. So the inbound course for the hold is 101. And the inbound course for the hold is... Well, the aircraft track, sorry. Heading will be... Whatever that track is, really. I'll call it 180. It's very quiet, I can't hear that guy on the radio at all. Okay, and it's right hand hold standard. There's a direct entry just. So coming in from the south here, we could do a direct entry. So go straight outbound 281, timing depending on our altitude. We'll be 1,000 feet above, but we'll aim to be at Turret at flight level 70. You know, at Covas 100. I might start actually. What we'll do, we'll base VNAV, getting us at flight level 100 at Covas. So we can update that now.
Start descent, Ryanair 5482.
Lufthansa 7, Mike Hotel, left heading 320 for separation.
So target altitude 10,000 feet. 1 nautical mile. Before Covas. Enter. Target VS will say is 1,000 feet per minute. Enter. 15 minutes till top of descent then. Not long. Aleppo says, can you do the NDB approach runway 14? No. Nah, let's have a look at it. I mean, not really. I'd have to be vectored onto it because it goes over the top of the airfield, which are not going to accommodate with all the traffic going in. No, if it was quiet, then no problem coming in via Carbonara. I just realised it's got Carbonara, that viewer. So, yeah. We did an NDB approach on our last stream. We did 2 sectors, but they won't accommodate that with the amount of traffic in today. So RMP straight in is what we'll do. If it's busy, we can hold at 2 road. It'll be a direct entry. 101 inbound right hand turns, depending on our altitude. If we're below 14,000, minute and a half legs. But yeah, we'll see what's what. Descent's going to be in about 14 minutes anyway. So just have a look at the weather. Cavoquet, lovely day. 21 degrees, QNH 1020, winds from the east. So Tura, descent from flight level 70 to Echo Echo 512, 2,300. It's going to be quite a quick descent. 12.2 miles. And then VATSIM 511. But if I'm visual, go. Now this doesn't have VNAV, so we can only fly this to LNAV minima. Lateral navigation because having to use vertical speed for descent. So the minimums be 510, adding 40 feet so we don't get below the MDA, which is going to be the equivalent of 500 feet on the RA. So I'll just set the radio altimeter to 500. Usually use a radio altimeter on an MPA like this, but it just gives us the little yellow DH light. Nightbot's going for it. Yeah, sometimes it just the time is all coming at once. What else we got here? Uncompensated Barra VNAV, so temperature limit's not an issue today. To avoid risk of interference due to shared frequencies between Elmas Tower and Decimo, use standard phraseology. Okay. Straight in approach. The go around is pretty straightforward. Proceed on final track, climbing to 3,000 feet. Track 135 and 1312 Ipida. Happy days.
362 identified, proceed direct to Osmar.
Excuse me. I only saw this lighting out. These fuel tanks, they're actually working. This happened last stream. They didn't even move off full. I mean, I can check the tablet. I mean, yeah, you can see if you use some fuel. God, it's got loads of fuel capacity. Sat up here, they're burning hardly any fuel. Excellent. So 11 miles to descent. Entering Italian airspace again as we approach Sardinia. That awesome flight. Yeah, spectacular scenery. I'll try and sort this cockpit lighting out. It is. Alright, yeah, I can see that green light. Illumine the instrument slightly. It's still very dark.
Ryanair 13 Papa, contact 100, question with 100 degrees for north, runway 08,
Look
Switzerland.
here. There isn't a VOR on the field, so we can shoot the VOR. Not that we're using it for the approach, but just something as backup. 13.4. That's active. And nav 1 as well. Looks like it's not in range yet, but I have tuned the VOR on the field.
Lufthansa 2454, Roma 124, decimal 2 now.
1242 for Lufthansa 244, and
Magic aerial refueling. Yes.
good evening, Commander 73, Tango Delta, passing 1504.
Beautiful day. Chose a good day to go flying.
Touchdown to level 360.
I just chose somewhere where there was lots of ATC. Just got to remember my reg, November 848 Delta.
Ryanair 5482, descend to flight level 9.
So the LIMJ airfield to the north of the airport uses the same frequency as the town of the airport. I don't know actually. Wherever Decimo is, I don't know where that is.
Normal speed, descend to flight level 90.
To this one? It's military, isn't it? Knock on the needles to free them. I love that. Is it simulate sticky needles? I didn't even know that was a thing with the black square aircraft. That's cool. Wingtip's not flashing to date. So this is a this is a third-party livery. So all the default liveries unfortunately have that flashing one. That's why I downloaded this one. Someone can make a custom livery then. Oh, Valley, really, I think floater type indicators are pretty inaccurate when almost full. They're accurate when near empty, correct me if I'm wrong. You could well be right, Valley 18. Yeah, the fuel needles might be stuck. Yeah, we've definitely used fuel. We brimmed the tanks leaving. You can see it's here. During 4.3 hours, 1,000 miles still. Maybe we could fly back on full tank.
Malta 8686, descend to flight level 320.
At least we didn't actually know that worked. Well, I've done everything I can to get some brightness in the panel, but it's just, I think it's the exposure of the sun. It's going to be night time, I think, by the time we get down there.
1020.
1020 and down to 6,000.
Yeah, that's it, Steve. So yeah, the default liveries in 2024 are suffering from this issue. What was I say there? Magnetic compass is erratic when air conditioner is on. And the prop DI, so okay.
Yeah. Charlie Alpha Romeo, 1 Echo Rival, speed 230.
It's a German Italian controller. Well, top of descent's coming up, and then we'll be getting very busy. We'll keep an eye on that temperature. I guess it's going to get warmer as we descend.
What's that for Lufthansa 634?
Yes, sir. I repeated once.
I'll probably
and
Swiss.
Then you need to comply. Descend to flight level 200.
Oh gosh,
Charlie
I think I've
Alpha
got to listen to
Romeo,
this
1
controller.
Echo Arrival, speed
It's going to presume I'm American with
230.
this reg.
230 knots for left, because flight level 130 Echo Romeo.
Interesting design decision, so if you you don't get icy props, you get lost.
Negative. Charlie Alpha Romeo, 1 Echo and flight level 200.
German Italian controller never says it.
1 Echo arrival.
Oh dear.
Yeah, blocked with the Malta 8686, contact 124, decimal 2. Stand by, I have the priority with Malta 8686, 124,
Yes, when you check in, always listen first before opening your trap. That's something that frustrates controllers.
7 Microtel, contact Roma 124, decimal 2.
He's in good condition, guys.
124.2, thank you for service.
Argentina 1340, descend to flight level 320.
Council, hello, 320, Argentina 1340.
Itaro 8001, descend to flight
Yes, it
level
was interesting
200.
typing, John. That's what you were trying to say.
Go 6 Bravo, session 3 Bravo Whiskey, descend to 6000.
Isaac, I might have had the same controller when I flew into Fiumicino last time. I was like, wait, this is part of a radar, not... So why is he German? And to be fair, in real life, you can sometimes... I don't know if ATC have some sort of... I've been into, say, places like Alicante, you have a British controller of hair, and sometimes in Maastricht you'll have a French controller or a German, you can hear them, so it does... I don't know if they're just different nationalities, they have some sort of... what's the word? Not visitation. They try different centres, or have some sort of, like, have the controllers try each other's different areas for experience. Well, I need to request descent in 4 minutes.
That was blocked.
Termin 4513 requesting final level 300.
I've not seen any traffic
Roger,
yet.
climb to flight level 300.
Yeah, thanks Aaron for putting the words in my mouth. Exchange program, yeah, that's it.
Descent level 110, Tower 178.
Just couldn't think of the word.
Over here 634, join the...
Yeah, Eurocontrol has an exchange for sure. Yeah, so that's it. Probably Isaac, yeah. Aaron has been here a long time, he knows I need some help sometimes.
64, join the hold over Charlie Alpha Romeo.
Ooh! Holding! He's been told to hold at Charlie Alpha Romeo. Let's see what I get told. Oh no, I'm using the heading bug to hold. Was it? You drift on the outbound legs 3 times, that's all I remember. I have worked out at least that coming in from the north is going to be a direct entry to hold at Turad. So that's something. Probably you can hold using this GPS, can't you? Fortunately, this is an RNAV waypoint for holding though, so it'll be nothing, no navigation aid. It's based off.
50, 40.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. DJ's Backyard Fireworks. Thank you very much for $2, sir. Most generous. Thank you very much. Oh, great question. Great question. Because
Brain Watts 737 max or 737 nanogram.
Caprane, I'll take that. Thank you so much for your generosity. I have learnt to love the max. So when I'm rostered on either 800 or max, or what I hope to see is the max, so much quieter, just efficient, flies really well, love it. So I've gone from sort of when it first came to going, oh, you know, it's changed like the NG. Having said that, I did a 4th sector on Wednesday, and we're in the NG, and it was nice with the quick engine starts. And there will be a day, as long as I stay on my operator, which I intend to, it'll be my last flight in an NG, but I do prefer the max. For those reasons, so quieter, efficiency, all our max is obviously quite new, it's so reliable. I mean, all our NGs are as well, so yeah, good day. I might request descent now. I know it's still 2 minutes, but just don't want to upset this man. November 848 Delta, we'd like to request descent.
848 Delta, descend to flight level 200.
Descent flight level 200, November 848 Delta. Alright, it's not the sort of rapid descent I wanted, but 200 VS.
Itaro 1 to Victor Papa,
Arm,
speed
yes.
28 knots per crater.
Engage. And I'm going to leave the power setting as is, just let the aircraft accelerate.
Speed 280 knots or less.
It's one of the things I remember from, if you've been in the cruise for a long time with a
Tower
piston engine aircraft, you don't want to shock cool anything, so just let the aircraft accelerate. You can fly the approach at VSA minimum approach speed, just to annoy everyone, yes.
Tower 1585, Roma.
And I'm not used to this call sign, November 848 Delta either. So this is great, this video, because it gives you a target vertical speed you need to fly. And obviously if I go faster, that target rate of descent is going to increase. I might just take a little bit of power off. Just going to go back to around 29 inches.
We'll contact Roma 124.2, Alpine 421, grazie mille, have a great evening, bye.
Tower 1783, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH is
290. 1 to go.
Descend 5,000, QNH 1019, Tower 1783.
Barely hear that guy on the radio.
28 or less.
I think you might need a break. Right, guys, you've just tuned in. Welcome aboard. We've just started our descent. Where we're going into Cagliari. We're IFR in a Beechcraft Baron with loads of commercial jet traffic. I've already heard aircraft having to hold. We might have to do the same here. Awful flashbacks of my ancient racing. We're having a lot of fun. So we'll level off. We're going to keep the power back at 29 inches, just let the aircraft slow down a little. Hello, Sir Gio, good evening. Nice to see you. Is very good? Very, very good. Thank you very much for popping in, buddy. Flight level 200.
We continue climbing 340.
Yeah, Roger, climb to flight.
Continue climbing level 340.
HR 12 Victor Papa, reduce to minimum clean speed.
I've got to, guys, I'm going to ignore all of you in chat. Just listen out for my call sign. I don't dare request further descent.
November 8 flight Delta, contact Tower 119, decimal 275.
19275, November 8 for 8 Delta, bye. I think that's a good thing,
Tower
guys.
12 Victor Papa, 12, question 119, 275.
119.275.
I don't even know who this is. It's approach already.
Clear that RNP runway 14, speed 200. Speed RNP 14, speed 200. Correct. Midnight 5, clear direct.
Just approach controller.
To 6,000 feet, speed 200. Direct to Zurich, descent to 6,000 and speed 200, midnight 5.
Arrival Bonacera, 8 hour 1250 Papa, passing flight level 210 for flight level 200.
So 8 hour 12 Victor Papa identified, reduce minimum clean speed, expect RMP runway 12.
1-2? Oh, yeah, where's he controlling?
Minimum clean speed and expecting RMP runway 14, 8 hour 12.
Cagliari, hello, it's November 848 Delta, maintaining flight level 200, expecting the Covas 1 Whiskey for RMP 14.
So November 848 Delta, Cagliari identified, descent flight level 110, expect RMP runway 14, speed 160 knots or greater.
160 knots or greater, we'll give my best speed. Descent flight level 110, expecting RMP 14, November 848 Delta. There we go. Alright, 110. Arm.
Shall call you back.
VS engage. 1,000 feet per minute. We need to do 1,000 feet per minute. Look at that. Perfect.
Cagliari radar, 8 hour.
Forgot to say we're inbound to Ramen. But I couldn't see the target waypoint here. There we are. That's what I wanted.
Ciao, Itarro 178 Bravo, Cagliari identified.
He wants 160 knots or greater, so I might just go to 30 inches on the power. Give about 180 knots.
Italia 49 Charlie, contact Roma 128 decimal 8, ciao.
Turn the sim up slightly now as we descend.
Trainer 4654, free speed.
Don't upset the Germans or the Italians, I know. Approach agency sounds better, so did not just have to have a row with his wife. Oh, it's getting hotter now, 27 degrees, look, as we descend, so I need to keep changing the temperature. Target 32. So you can't obviously feel the temperature. I'll set the target to probably about 12, 8, and obviously as we descend it'll be more effective.
Cagliari departure, buongiorno, scanning 0965.
Anyway, oh look, my target VS is increasing, so I might just set it a little bit higher than that. Let's go 1200, 1300, and just take a bit more power off. I'm going to go to around 27 inches.
5 done. 0965.
Doing 180 knots. That's good. I mean, that's a good speed.
Descend to flight level 70, turn left heading 270.
Oh yeah, the VS is changing now.
70 turn left to 70.
Target VS, that is. Oh, look at that, guys.
Ciao, easy to Tango Hotel, Cagliari identified, climb to flight level 180.
Spectacular. It's just different, isn't it? We always fly commercial jet airliner traffic, and that's always going to be the bread and butter of the channel, but it's just good to do something a bit different.
Right 001, clear direct to route.
And I'm gonna find this stressful. Right, I've got all my checks done. Set profile, 1000 feet per minute, that's fine. Thank you, vertical navigation profile. It's beautiful flying old school, sure is. I mean, I could have made this really hard and flown conventionally the whole way. But on a busy VATSIM event like this, it's difficult to fly pure conventional because obviously there's no RMP arrival, it's all Airbuses and Boeings and Embraers flying in here and flying RMP arrivals, so it's a bygone era really to certain destinations.
Number 634 correct, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Slow, so more time to enjoy the view, says Steve. Oh, we could, but we are 160 knots of greater. It's flying really nicely at 180 knots here. And our destination will be just here in the distance.
Itaro 1585, descend to flight level 150.
Still full. So, I'll have to look at the manual then, so these gauges overread slightly.
Runner 4654, contact tower 120.605, number 1, ciao.
Sounds like I can't hear any more aircraft holding.
4654, negative 120.6.
Ah, got you, Steve. Yes, of course, LIMJ, you get more time to enjoy it. Got you. You do, you do. There's town on standby.
November
150. Cabin altitude is I see, so it's actually holding a cabin altitude of 10,000 feet, the diff's just dropping. Okay.
November 84 Delta, fly present heading, vectoring to Echo 512.
Maintain present heading, vectors towards Echo 512, November 84 Delta. So heading select now. This is radar vectors towards Echo 512, which is the final approach fix. Okay. So what I'm going to do is press this.
Direct covers, scaling.
Oh, it won't actually. Oh no, it will.
Alpine 3568.
Echo 512, enter.
Level 190.35.
Activate. So the flight plan. Oh my god, has it got vertical deviation? On... I didn't know it had this. So it'll actually tell you... Oh, look at this. This heading is pretty much straight into Echo 512. Amazing. So, now we can just do some track miles. So 40 track miles. Yeah, this is looking really good. So, do you get some sort of vertical deviation guidance on this? That's superb. How do you... Oh, is it OBS to extend the centre line? 135. Watch this, guys. Are you watching me set this up? 135. OBS mode. I remember this from my IR. Oh, it's so good. So I've got accurate HSI information now for the track. Look at this GNS Pro, I remember doing that. I remember selecting OBS. Obviously they blanked the screen on the IR, but when you were flying, practicing, you could sort of just select it. And then you could just put the HSI onto the GPS. It's great. I feel like I'm a little bit too high. I want to descend quicker. Just take a little bit more power off. Just lean the mixture slightly as well. Yeah, the EGTs are coming up now. There we are.
November 84.
Man knows how to work his Garmin. It's only been, what? How many years? 16 years? One to go. What's the 110, yeah.
November 848 Delta, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1020, November 848 Delta. Set QNH 1020, passing 11,400, 5,000 feet. Stand by altimeter set. 30 track miles. 69. I feel a bit too high. We'll just keep this rate of descent going.
Midnight 5, contact tower 120605. 120,605.
I go for like 15 minutes and we're already at 3,000 feet. Oh no, 13,000 we're passing. Yeah, you've got the large needle here for the tens of thousands of feet.
Guitar 1585, descent range level 130.
Sunset, and the lighting is now improved in the cockpits.
Alpine 3568.
Although it's a horrible green lighting.
Provence, grazie, point 356.
Just playing around with the lighting here, guys. Isn't there some other...
Victor Papa, the right heading at
other lighting controls in here? I don't know. It's okay. Right, there's flight level 100, so turn on the taxi and landing lights. Still showing high on this vertical deviation indicator, but I'm just going to keep this very high rate of descent going. Still, yeah, we're going to be on profile, that's for sure. But I don't really care. Let's get nice and low, nice and early. Ah, yeah, we're good now. Echo 512, want to be at 2,300 feet. That's great. So I guess this starts on the platform altitude, does it, this vertical deviation bar? I'll start doing 1,200 feet per minute. Everybody wants 160 knots or less. Recall check, seatbelt signs. Bank angle 25 degrees. Yeah, the fuel gauges are still super high. We've used about... oh, we've got the actual quantities here, haven't we? Oh, target temperature 31, so again... 38, wow!
374 at 3,000 feet, climbing 4,000 feet.
There we go.
Courage 5 kilo
yeah,
departure.
Still about 3/4 of a tank inside.
Climb to level 180.
So if we start looking over there on the left, we should see the airport somewhere over here. Is it 30 or 25 degrees for lower altitudes? 25. Yeah, 30 you can use, but that's non-standard. There we are. So nice. Still on radar vectors. There's that Deciomano, this military airfield. You can see that just there, and then Cagliari is just beyond that. Just descending nice and fast, actually.
Left 10 degrees, speed 200.
Let's increase the RPM slightly. No, actually, no, we're not quite in the approach phase yet, so I'll leave it. There we are, there is Cagliari, and I can see a red on my pappy. Looking good. Sergio, is your Italian proof or not? Ciao, carbonara. Perfect.
Vertex report tower 120605, ciao.
2605, ciao,
So the GA apron will need to vacate.
Delta, clear direct Echo Echo 512.
Direct Echo Echo 512, no Mayfair Delta. Yeah, we need to go to the left there. Now, how do I route direct to Echo Echo 512? Just start leveling off.
Guitar Roman to Victor Papa, left heading 270.
Nav! Where's my nav button? Nav! Nav!
Guitar 8001, right heading 285.
There we are. I did a thing, but the HSIs obviously are lined up with the final approach course, which is fine. I'm doing a thing! I'm leveling off at 5,000 feet.
November 848 Delta, descend 2,500 feet.
Descend 2,500 feet, November 848 Delta. Oops. So I'm going to have to add a bit of power because it wants 160 knots or greater. And we've got some VNAV guidance now. So can I, because I've got vertical guidance, how do I, can I arm approach? Oh no, hold on, that's altitude. Whoops. Just getting a bit of power. Look at me flying RMP approaches in the Baron. So I just added a bit of power here to maintain 160 knots or greater as requested by ATC. Shredding thing, you're talking about the different GPS system. I don't know that question, I'm afraid. Approaching VNAV profile. So how do I engage VNAV on this? Is it approach? Will it follow VNAV? This autopilot, the KFC 150. I'll just use vertical speed and follow it manually. There's that military airfield. So if the engines went pop, that gives us an option. So I'm just going to use VS now to follow this. So cool. GNS has got LPV capability, which gives you vertical guidance like an LS. You can use LPV minima. Hi from a colleague. Amazing, Dwayne. Is there a way to get the automation to follow the vertical path? November 848 Delta, was that for me, confirmed? Sorry, could you say again, November 848 Delta?
November 848 Delta, descend 2000 feet, clear the RNP 14, speed 160 greater until 4.
160 knots till 4, cleared RMP 14, November 848 Delta. And
just confirm descend 2000.
And descend 2000 feet, sorry, November 848 Delta, thank you. No! Alright, I'm just going to use vertical speed then to follow it. So he wants 164, I'm going to have to slam the brakes on. So I'm just going to use VS to follow the line here.
128.8, ciao.
So I'm going to increase the RPM.
1585, left right heading 300, descent level 70.
And lean the mixture. Oh, sorry, enriching the mixture. Beautiful. Don't like this green light though. I think it's that's better. Is that okay, guys? I prefer out that green light. Let's keep descending. We're going quite fast. 1100 feet on 80 knots. So now we've got to get the brakes on when we get on final.
Departure, good evening, Itaro 31.
There we are, it's turning final.
1500, covers 5
Amazing. So 200 feet per minute, we'll definitely catch that vertical profile.
Run level 190.
Oh, there's the runway. Ah, proud of myself. M848 Delta's final RMP runway 14.
Number 848 Delta, Roger, number 1, contact tower 120605, ciao.
120605, November 848 Delta, ciao. Arm approach, see what happens. Tempting actually, shall we? I did. It seems to engage. Oh gosh, glide. So I think it's following this RMP glide. That's crazy. It's got more features than the, the 7.3. Right, I've got distance. Well, that distance of the VOR, so not quite. Tower, it's November 848 Delta, established RMP runway 14, 160 till 4.
November 848 Delta, good evening, runway 14, clear to land, wind 16 degrees, 6 knots.
And 14 clear to land, November 848 Delta. Clear to land. What's the gear extension speed? 152 knots, alright. Coming up to 4 miles now, so I'm going to have to start bringing the power back actually, otherwise I won't be able to slow down in time. No way! Integrated approach navigation. I know it's. I've armed approach and it's following a GPS glide path. This is bonkers. Right. Oops. Had a bit of power. I will do 160 till 4. I'm basically flying this approach at the same speed as commercial jet airline traffic. It's great. So can I set the missed approach altitude or will it level off? Missed approach altitude's 3,000 feet. Amazing. Oh, this is so good. Right now I can start slowing down. So I'm gonna have to take the power off. Probably wouldn't take quite as much power off as that because I want to shock all the engines. Bro, 152. I know it's a bit fast, but I need to use the drag. gear down. AC door. Oh, I don't know what that is. Below 130. Remember to up the speed brake. Below 130, approach flaps. I'm disconnecting the autopilot now. Oh, this has just been amazing. It's just an incredible add-on as well. I don't know what AC door is. I've forgotten to do something. Final approach flap. And we're now going to start slowing to our final approach speed, which at this gross weight is going to be 94 knots. Now this is obviously if there's any traffic behind, it's going to be a problem. Our approaching minimums, we've already passed it, continue. Turn off the AC, yeah. No yoke cam, I haven't got it plugged in today. Oh, this is excellent. What an approach. I can't believe how good I am with the GPS. Sorry, just can't believe how much flexibility you've got with it. Blow my own trumpet there. 3 wides correcting. Smidge fast. Here we go. I'll start rounding out and to idle. Oh, what a bonnet. We'll take the first exit. I mean, come on. That was beautiful. Oh, I still got it. I still got it. I'll take left on Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cagliari. That was a butter. Brake. Ah.
November 848 Delta, vacate left ground 125.43, ciao.
125.43, November 848 Delta, ciao. That was just, I forgot to do the replay. Flaps up. Oh, amazing. That was just an epic adventure. Just something different. So good.
50 degrees.
Alright, I forgot that ground frequency and all that excitement.
605, ciao.
120605 with a 205.
125430, just stop it there. Oh,
November 848 Delta.
hello, November 848 Delta, just vacated Charlie, request taxi to GA apron.
November 848 Delta. Taxi via right turn on Alpha, Juliet, stand of choice, General Apron.
Right on Alpha, Juliet, and GA apron, standard choice, November 848 Delta. So right turn Alpha. And Juliet's all the way down here.
Requesting taxi.
Vatia 1332, taxi via Tango.
And look at all the traffic at Ryanair's, Italy Airways,
Taxi via Tango, Gold
Valletta, amazing. Just a superb flight. I vote for more GA streams as few as possible. Did you like this, guys? It was different, wasn't it? And it's just something different, and it's something I'm not too unfamiliar with. I mean, I've completely forgotten how to fly GA, and I probably would have butchered and broken something for G. This AC door was still open, so I've probably overheated something. So I'll turn all that off. There we are. There, look, it's happy now. It's just been so much fun. I've really enjoyed today, and it's been busy, and I've been having to fly in with all this traffic. But yeah, wicked. I'm happy for any feedback in the comments section. You know, there's a lot I'd like to remember about flying this, but it's just sort of very hazy. But following the checklist and trying to operate the aircraft realistically, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, especially mixing with all this jet traffic. It was wicked, absolutely wicked. Right, second left, next left is Juliet, and then the GA apron's going to be straight ahead. So we're just stock scenery here, so we'll just take any of these. And it was a beautiful approach as well. We'll have to do one when it's a bit gnarly, but I love the Baron. I've really enjoyed this add-on, and the realism and the detail. It's superb, absolutely superb. And you know, this GPS, this is a stock GPS, I believe, isn't it? This is the one that Microsoft Flight Sim or Asobo provides. Has Black Square edited it anyway? Because the functionality is brilliant. You can do everything RMP approaches. You can arm approach and it follows the RMP approach accurately. You've got loads of flexibility. As you can sense, I'm super excited by all this. It was mega. So good. Right. Oh, someone's got the Challenger 650. That's another aircraft we really do need to look at again in X-Plane, I think. The quality of the third-party models is really good. Apart from the fact it's just stock scenery, but it'll do. There's no markings here, but what we'll do, we'll just turn into the apron looking at this stand here. Look. Won't block the business jet. I might just go park this building. If anyone's got any scenery for this, you'll just see me fly there. Oh, I didn't know there were glowworms in Cagliari. We'll just stop here, not blocking that jet. No, that's perfect. We'll stop in front of the car park. Beautiful. And we're stationary. Right, parking brake is set. So let's do our after landing checklist. So taxi, landing lights can now come off. The strobes can come off as well. Flaps are up. Cowl flaps should be open. Actually, I should have probably opened those on the approach. How's the temperatures? They're all okay, to be fair. Don't want any fouling, so let's just increase back to 1000 RPM.
Juliet, Tango, and Unit.
There we are. Weather radar can come off.
Juliet, Tango, stand 160.
There we are. Transponder to off. Cabin heating is set. Parking brake set. Avionics switch off. 1000 RPM for 30 seconds. Fuel boost pumps off, and then it's mixture to idle cut off. Go outside for this because the sounds are amazing. There's a Wizz Air departing as well. There we are. Beautiful. Why is that not cutting off? There he goes. Amazing. Mixtures off, ignition switches and alternators off, magnetos off. Cabin differential pressure verifies 0. It is, so the doors should open. Nice fresh air. Cagliari. This is so good. Check all the circuit breakers that have popped. Beacon light can come off, nav light can come off, panel light can come off, and we'll turn her off. There we are. Let's go find some fish restaurant, Jim. Amazing. Disarm the slides first. Brilliant. Well, there we are. I'll just turn up down the sim here. All that jet traffic outside. Very realistic, to be fair. I'm really an awesome time today. Really enjoyed that stream. It's something a little different to the norm, and to come on here on VATSIM and be accommodated with all this jet traffic, very good. And although I butchered flying the Baron a little bit, perhaps. Well, I think I did okay. But learning on the job, but we did it, and here we are. But yeah, fantastic add-on. Again, it was Just Flight that sent me this aircraft last week, and having access to it, it's a fine addition to my virtual library. You should check it out. They've got a Bonanza as well, which is well modeled. All the Black Square stuff is really good. But yeah, we're not going to leave it so long between doing another IFR flight VATSIM. That was so much fun today. Let's have a little look here and chat before I log off. NKO Sana says, great to have caught the stream after so long. Nicely done. Thank you very much for popping in. Said you'll love the stream. Well done. Fly this more the 737 abnormals in emergencies. Noted. I will do another failure stream soon. Captain, will you try the X-Plane 12 Airfoil Lab 172 sometime? Apparently best study level GA aircraft out there. I'll have a look into it. I have heard of Airfoil Labs. I think they're making a Max for X-Plane as well, so I have to look at that. GHL said amazing aircraft, great fly. what's not to like? It was a very, very good aircraft as well. Working title doesn't make it so good. Yeah, maybe it is working title, you're right, but it's a fantastic stock GPS available in the sim as well. Looking at the feedback here, so rewarding flying J, it is great fun getting this from A to B and flying classic jets as well. Really, really enjoyed that. What a butter though. I keep forgetting to do the replays in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We've got this flight recorder. I'd love to have watched that again and to end the stream there, but we're going to have to end it on stand again. But yeah, that was really good fun, and it's great fun to have flown this once again, but we'll probably go back to normality next week or something. But I am away for a few days. I'm on some annual leave at the moment, so Joe and I and the baby are going away up north just for a few nights, back in the middle of next week as well. So around Thursday or Friday we'll do an overnight stream to position into Interlagos, maybe something when I get back on Wednesday as well, and members, don't forget next weekend it's our group flight too. But the best way to stay up to date is to subscribe, push the bell icon so you're updated for when I publish a live stream as well. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, to all the members for your continued support, really appreciate it, and to everyone watching, hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on another live stream very soon. Bye from me.